Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Novice Arena Tournament. We're going to be having a good old-fashioned time here on MLG's Metalopolis, as I understand. Dragon and Jedi here going to be battling it out in the semifinals of this particular tournament. That makes it a best of three, so we'll see who's going to make this happen. It is a Zerg vs. Protoss, and it's going to start on MLG's Metalopolis. NJX will be on the line with me here in just a few moments, so hold your horses. She just had to go get some fluids. You got to stay hydrated as a caster. It's extremely important. But here it is, game number one. Dragon kicking it as our pink Zerg down here in the bottom center location, 6 o'clock position. And in the 12 o'clock is JediMCJ. We'll just call him Jedi, though. He is going to be our red Protoss. I love PvZ too. It's still, I love non-mirror matches the most. I find that they're more exciting for me all the way around, even if they're fast or furious or both or long or whatever. And yeah, I mean, it's good stuff, but looks like an early scout going to come out from Jedi, and he's also tossing down his pylon here to wall up in my favorite way possible. And it appears that NJX has rejoined the living.
Am I that loud?
Oh, I'm just kidding. No, I've got video of you, remember?
Oh, do you? Stalker. Yes, I am back. Just in time to watch the action and speak about it.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a nice one. Like we were mentioning, it's, you know, semi-final, isn't that correct?
Oh, yes, it is. Best of 3, and it looks like PvZ. Yay!
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Alright, so let me get my bearings. Ooh, next pylon. Well, looks like 14-14 might be coming out of Dragon here.
We shall see. He does get that gas down ASAP, and looks like a Jedi tossing down his gateway at 12 instead of 13, which actually is probably a good idea, just in case he was getting 6 pooled or something like that. But since he did get the scout out, I think he should have waited till he did have his 13 supply up before he went for that gateway. But obviously it depends on build too. I mean, he could be going for a rush type of build, like a 4-gate, which in that case, taking his 12 gateway is exactly what he wants to do.
Well, there's also, as a Protoss player, there's always that fear of the Zerg, because they have the ability to get units so quickly that a Protoss player could potentially throw down gateways sooner, just out of the sole fact that they want to feel more protected. And I like this, what he's doing right now, Jedi is doing. He's putting his Cyber Core beside his gateway, and oops, he's supply blocked there, preventing that zealot from coming
Yeah,
out.
he forgot to put down his second pylon. He should have done that about 20 seconds, 30 seconds ago. And getting his gas, but he is supply blocked, and that's going to hurt him here for just a few moments. Especially since he's chrono boosting an empty Nexus. Ugh.
Whoops.
Yeah, and he needs to get one more probe on the gas. He's only got 2 on there right now. But the wall off is looking pretty solid, but he cannot get his zealot out. So rushing into his gateway here turned out to be kind of useless because he got himself supply blocked. It goes to show how build orders, you've got to be so careful and got to know exactly what you're doing. Because now he not only did he lose mining time, but he lost the zealot production time, which is why he got that gateway early in the first place.
So basically, well, I don't want to say balanced out. He probably, for how much he got delayed there, it almost was like he threw down his gateway at 15 rather than 12.
Oh yeah, easily. I mean, basically he's putting himself 30 to 40 seconds behind in this game because of getting supply blocked. Even though he did have his tech out, yes, because the supply blockage there, you may as well have not had it.
I would also like to see Jedi throw down another pylon beside this pylon that's near the Cyber Core and gateways, because right now we have a bit of an Artosis pylon going on.
Right.
And that's not a good thing. If that one pylon goes down, he loses all these structures, and it will delay his warp gate, it will delay zealot production, it will delay everything.
Right, now Dragon making an interesting move here. He's grabbing his Roach Warren here pretty quick. Just the 1 gas right now, so I would like to see him grab a second gas here, I think. Unless he's, I don't know, I feel like he isn't going to have enough gas here to produce the right amount of roaches. But this is an early Roach Warren, so I'm expecting to see some aggression from him here pretty quick.
He will not have a right amount of gas, because he's got only 2 harvesters on his extractor.
Yep.
And he has no second gas, so there's no way he's going to have enough gas for a significant amount of roaches.
Right.
He may have, well, he has enough for a couple, but not anywhere in the ballpark of probably what he's imagining.
Right. And he's chrono boosting out his Cybercore. He only has 3 gates out on the field. This is time for him to have taken an expansion. He probably should have put it down about 30 seconds ago. But still has yet to do so. And so if he is going for 3-gate expand here, which I'm assuming, you know, he really is starting to fall behind on taking that. And it's going to come into play the longer that he goes like this.
Mm-hmm. Mom. We'll see in a second if he chooses to go with a robo or an expand.
Yeah.
And honestly, in this matchup, take the expand.
Oh, absolutely. You've got to taking the expansion here is critical. He is cruising through here with a Zealot, getting some good scouting intel, and he walked in just barely far enough, I believe, to see the yeah, he did see the Roach Warren there, so he knows that the Roach Warren's coming out. Actually, he wouldn't have had to even scout it because I think there's roaches already out there. Yeah, there were. So yeah, I mean, those roaches are headed his way. Dragon is supply blocked here for just a moment, but Jedi is so far behind that even being supply blocked here, Dragon might be in pretty decent shape to do some damage. And we've got this Sentry and a couple Zealots out here, and now some Stalkers, and I just don't know if he's going to quite have enough to deal with these roaches and lings. Maybe if he backs up and plays this a little bit more defensively, then he should be okay. But out there in the open, these guys are going to get surrounded.
That Nexus looks a little off to me. Perhaps I'm just imagining that.
Yeah, that looks fine. I think it's right on.
Okay. Okay.
It's just that mineral line is not a perfect mineral line.
Okay. That is crazy. Well, we have a third coming out of Dragon, which is a very, very economic and good idea, but he still needs to get another gas, maybe more. He finally put 3 harvesters on his extractor, but he needs more gas.
Yeah, he really does at this point. He needs to, and since he hasn't been attacking, he needs to get some upgrades going. You can see he's got that evolution chamber coming out, so I mean that's a good play here. But keeping a forward position with just a few roaches like this, I don't really like. I feel like he needs to have these guys back at his base. The last thing he wants is for warp-ins or something near his base and not be able to deal with it. So moving forward, I feel like this little roach attack is not going to go well.
No,
I mean, it'll come down to Jedi. If Jedi makes a mistake, that'll be a different story. Which he is making a pretty big error right now.
Don't ever run from speedlings, for goodness sake, people. Just don't do it. Just attack.
Yeah,
speedlings outrun everything in a Protoss's arsenal. That's ground at least.
Right, and now he's losing his expansion. He needed to back up and force field there, and he just wasn't able to get that done. And now your Roach is now going to be moving up the ramp, and I don't know if Jedi's going to be able to hold this. He's lost his entire army there.
Yes, this is looking very bad for Jedi at the moment. But remember, this is a best of 3.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it is best of 3. But the sad thing is that he had the means to defend this. All he had to do on one base was warp in a couple sentries, and he could sit and block this ramp forever. These guys would not be able to make it up that ramp. Even if he flies an Overlord over there, they're not going to outrange the Stalkers on the high ground, so defending it is just fine. But he didn't do that. You've got to be thinking ahead on those things, and at this point, the game is all but lost.
Oh yeah, indeed. And the Atosis pylon finally went down and took out some of the production structures. Not a big deal. And there's the GG from Jedi. And we shall go on to Game 2, everybody. Sit tight. We got more semifinal action coming right up.